And good day. Welcome to Tironan's Unfriendly Skies, and we have the Swift today. You know, I like to think that I'm a competent man. Truly, I do. But I just managed to record this entire session, and I had the mute button on.
Show me what you can do, pilot.
Duh. Excuse me. Oh, man. It just makes you feel so damn stupid. Okay, well, I guess a little rehearsal doesn't hurt anybody. Anyway, what I have to say about the Swift. You know those planes that you climb into and they just work. Minute one. And for me, those planes are things like the IL-40P, the 1101 B2, the 1101, the Yak 30, the LA 15, the Sabre. They work with you. Maybe they're not everything you want, but by God, they work with you and help you get it done. Not this plane. This is a beautiful airframe. This is a wonderful engine. You're talking 375 miles per hour cruise speed, and it's not optimized for speed. It isn't specialized yet.
The military base is under our control.
10.4 360 turn time. And it is optimized for turn at least a little bit until I finish optimizing it. It's a wonderful aircraft. It's got good altitude. And then it's got that gun. Aircraft that should be destroyed if you had four Orkalon. If you had four Hispano Suiza Mark V's in it, would be wonderful.
Be advised.
But you got this.
Near the airfield.
You'll see at the end of this where I have 5 kills. And I guarantee you, had I had a better gun, it would have been 10 kills. Here I'm getting chased by a 215, trying to wiggle and everything. Finally get tired of it. And I'll watch. I get tired, I turn around. Before you know it, I'm on the guy's tail. He can't get away from me. Boom, he's gone. I was on it for that period. That's how wonderful that airframe is. And then you have that stinking, good for nothing, worst of my time guns. World of Warplanes, if you love your players, for God's sakes, fix the darn guns. I know if I climbed in this aircraft and spent an hour in it every day, I would eventually get very good with the guns. But the guns are so not me, and maybe it is just me, but they're so not me, I don't really even enjoy getting into the aircraft. I resent the time and money that I spent getting the aircraft. Is that how you want us to feel about your products? Fix the darn gun. If you're right in one thing, I'm going to confess this and I'm going to tell a tale. And it's a true one. The first Aiden cannons that came out had a 73 millimeter case in them, and pretty much duplicated the Germans in the 213. And the 213 came out in 2 versions. They had a 30 millimeter version and a 20 millimeter version. And I will stress again, neither of them worked. I believe the Aiden became available about 1954, 1955. And they had them and thought, we can do better. And then they came out with what I think it was a 93 or a 97 millimeter case. And they finally settled on the 113 millimeter case. And they got about 2,600 feet per second out of it. About the same as you'd get out of a 30-06 or a 7.62.
The enemy is launching rockets
A NATO round.
from the military base. Take action.
Not a bad speed for a 30 millimeter cartridge, gentlemen. But that didn't come till later. And when you look at this thing, you think you spend all this time and all this effort and you want to have a great experience in the aircraft, and you have done a magnificent job with the aircraft. It is a great aircraft. A friend of mine was saying, we had his F-94, and he said, that's a great gun with a crummy airframe. Well, this is a great airframe with a crummy gun. God, could you imagine if you had an M61 in this? You would literally rip fighters out of the sky right and left. You'd have a decent competitor with an 1101. This would be something to really look forward to.
Be advised, a line of thunderstorms is approaching. We'll soon be unable to provide support. Do you copy? Over.
And I have a feeling that if I spent enough time in this, I would get better at it and enjoy the aircraft more. But it's not the plane it ought to be. This is the pinnacle. This is the pinnacle of single engine British design. And I'm an American, and I will tell you the British made good aircraft. So did the Soviets. So did the Americans.
The storm is too heavy. Do you copy? Over.
And the Mirage was no joke either. Mirage, Orang, nice aircraft. Swedes actually had some pretty nice aircraft. That Draken was no joke. The KCA version, the 30 millimeter version of these cannons that came out at 3,300 feet per second, and by the way, is the shell that is actually used on the A-10, came from the Swedes. Only was used in the Viggen though. But what a gun that is. Oh my, what a gun that is. Every time I play this game with that aircraft, I kind of cringe in what it could have been. Because the actual specifications are 3,000 rounds a minute between the two 8-inch cannon. You ought to be getting a hell of a barrage out of it regardless. Solid stream of bullets as you actually walk into a target, not that thunk, 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 thunk thing that goes on that makes it so difficult to use. I want better from this aircraft. It is a wonderful aircraft. So nice. Works so well. Fix the gun, guys. That's all I'm asking. Just fix the gun. All right. Let's go on to the actual part that matters. We do win the game, but I hate to say it, very little of it was due to me. Okay, so at this point we're going to bring up the score, and I'm going to duck my head and pray that you don't pay too close attention to my 5 lousy kills. Because that's all I did. Now, damage-wise, amount of damage poured out, not so bad, but oh my, it is so hard to hit with those guns. It's not funny. Yeah. And I deserved that mid-level rank, by the way. Absolutely had it coming. If anybody's got any suggestions on how I can get better with that gun, let me know. In the meantime, remember to like the video, to subscribe, and we will see you tomorrow.